Imagine living in the greatest economy in history. Trade is thriving, innovation is everywhere, prosperity is all-time high. Life has never been better. But beneath the surface, something is wrong. The government is quietly raising taxes, mostly to fund national defense. At first, you barely notice life goes on. Until the economy takes a turn. Suddenly, your income isn't enough. Prices rise, your savings shrink. You're forced to sell whatever asset you have left just to get by. Sound familiar? Well, it should. But this isn't just happening today. It also happened 1,000 years ago, and it led to the downfall of one of history's greatest empires. Today, we're diving into the beginning of Song Dynasty's fall and what it means for us now. For military spending, I think anyone who has any knowledge of world politics right now understand that the United States is spending a lot of money on national defense. The United States has strategic alliances around the globe and has built a ton of bases overseas. But that comes with a great cost. This is not the first time a great nation found itself struggling under the weight of military expense. For example, the British and Spanish Empire has all overspent on their military because they overextended. Song Dynasty rose from the ashes of Tang Dynasty. This is 70 years of lawless warring state period, and it was one of the darkest periods in Chinese history. Learning from the Tang Dynasty, the emperor centralized the military. This prevents generals from controlling their own forces. Of course, this eliminates the possibility of a military coup that the Chinese had seen for the past 70 years. However, by solving this issue, it actually causes another big issue. Now, the government have to feed the whole army alone. How big is this army? We are talking about 1.4 million soldiers in total. This means the Song has 3 times more army compared to its population than the United States in 2024. To put it into perspective, the United States spends 13% of government spending in defense, and the Song had to spend as much as 83%. Now, a reasonable question to ask is the size of the army justified? Well, up north there are 2 nomadic empires, the Xixia and the Liao, or Qidan. A little fun fact is that in Russian language, China is still being called Kitay. And the Xixia and Khitan has a combined population of 10 million, only a tenth of the population of Song. But the difference is, every single one of the military-aged men is a soldier. They're practically born on top of a horse. An 18-year-old man has 10 years of horseback riding experiences. And to make matters worse, Song Dynasty never reclaimed the 16 prefectures, 燕云16州, that were lost by the Tang Dynasty. And the 16 prefectures is the area that are responsible for producing horses. So the Song Dynasty is forced to fight cavalries with infantries. The tragedy doesn't even end here. These nomads are not uneducated. They were part of the Chinese Empire in the previous dynasty, Tang Dynasty. These nomads, they understand Chinese, they read and speak Chinese, and they study Chinese history. And if you have a smaller active duty army, are you comfortable? I think we've all heard it. Top 1% owns as much asset as the bottom 95%. Or, 3 wealthiest people own as much as the bottom 50%. But here is the thing. This is hardly new. This is almost the eternal struggle of human civilization. Nearly 1,000 years ago, Song Dynasty faced the same issue. Being the richest dynasty in Chinese history, the wealth is concentrated in the hands of the elites. They have connections with government officials, and sometimes they are the government officials. And they use that connection to get their tax-exempt status. But the government had to make up for the lost revenue somehow, and they do that by taxing those who couldn't avoid taxation, primarily small farmers and commoners. There is another natural force at play as well. During economic hard times, in this case it's natural disasters, the poor farmers can only sell the land in order to survive. but buying them back is so much harder. So once the poor farmers sell their land, they are forever the workers of the rich. In disastrous times, a great man usually arises. In this period of the Song Dynasty, the man was called Wang AnShi. Wang is a well-respected philosopher, poet, and politician. He was assigned to govern the county of Yin, and he has encountered these issues firsthand. And he has given a perfect solution for the county. And his solution is, government issued low-interest loan to help with the farmers during challenging times. And this can help the farmers so that they don't have to sell their land for survival. Wang also employed his local farmers to work on water conservancy projects during slack seasons, so the local farmers can earn money during slack season, and they also have water when they need it. Wang has been a great leader and has led his county to success. And because of that, he is well known in the central government. And to make things better, he is well known in history as one of the most honest and uncorrupted men. He has a monogamous marriage. He doesn't like fancy clothes or food. The only two things he cares about is reading and better the life of commoners. Wang seems to be the perfect person for the job, and what could possibly go wrong? We'll cover his policies and outcomes in the next video. So please like and subscribe to stay tuned, and comment down below on how you think Wang AnShi will do in the central government.